this entire journey? Am I ready? Are you ready, Brandy? Okay. So I was telling that we have to be ready 24/7. So if we are not ready 24/7, then those obstacles enters into my mind. What are those obstacles? Laziness, craziness, blame, complaint, reaction, fear, anxiety. Now think of these adjectives. It enters into my mind only when I feel I am limited. I am finite. So when I feel I am limited, it means I am conditioned. So when I am conditioned, then what happens? I am limited. So I have to ask you, please give me a bit of happiness. But you don't have it. But I claim you have it, you don't want to give me. So there is a second layer of conflict, then the third layer, and conflict continues. Then we say, oh God, why you created me? God says, I don't ask you. I don't ask anyone. I simply create. Creation is my joy. Can you participate in the joy of creation? So we even complain to God, give me little happiness. You are already in happiness. See that? Look at it. Look at this is what the journey of the Eastern wisdom is. We don't want to realize. So when we don't want to realize, we are always busy, fully busy. Ask yourself why I am busy. How long I have been busy? Every day. Every day. Busy for what? What is the ultimate goal of this your busyness? Happiness. You are destroying happiness by being fully busy. Do you see that? Do you see the truth in it? I have less money, I have more money. So today we have been learning how this highest level of a seeker expresses what he attained. So in the second chapter of Astavakra Gita, the seeker who has reached to the highest state of meditation is explaining. In the first few sutras we have understood, he explains that waves and water, I am water, water is existence, and the waves are just the manifestation of water. Then he explained in few verses the relationship between the reality and manifestation. So waves is nothing but the superimposition on the water. Think of it. Waves. Now apply the same logic This world is a superimposition on my real self. That is why I feel I am limited, conditioned, and that is why there is a problem. Superimposition. The water is superimposed due to the sunlight in the afternoon in Arizona, which creates a mirage. But it is not there. Yesterday I went to Costco and I saw, so my honey was saying, look at the mirage. Yes. So I see the mirage. What is that mirage? My problems, my busyness, my suffering, I don't see it. So when I don't see it, don't see means I don't know it. I don't see it. You see that? I don't see it. I don't know it. So when I don't know it is ignorance. So what is that ignorance? Ignorance is error in perception, error in knowledge. Oh, there is a water in the mirage. There is no water. Can I remove that error? That is all about the Eastern wisdom. Nothing more, nothing less. Now think, in this entire world, I am a teacher, you are a student, I am a man, you are a woman, I am stressed, you are not, I am rich, you are richer, I look smart. All these thoughts and ideas are superimposition on the real self. Are you getting it? All these ideas. Did we have these ideas in the thoughts when we were born? No. Now we have certain ideas, thoughts. I am stressed. Remain stressed if you are stressed. This is superimposition. We cannot suffer from stress. This is what this seeker is bringing to us. But I have to recognize it. It is not denial. In our country, we use the word denial. No, it is not a denial. It is a search. It is an understanding. World appears in me due to blindness. World appears in me due to blindness. What is that word? I love you, honey, but you don't love me. We have a very common complaint. You see the world outside? You meet your relations and friends. You start listening to the blame and complaint. That's how my profession continues. One person was asking if all the problems will disappear. It will never disappear. I know it. This is the very nature of the world. So my profession will continue. So the world appears in me due to blindness. Blindness of the mind. Actually, it is not. It is something that I have closed my eyes and I say I am blind. Open your eyes means open your mind. Live into that awareness where the reality is. Couple of years back, I was looking for a story, parable in our text. So I was surprised. There was a great poet, American poet, lived in around 1850, John Godfrey, a great poet. from Vermont. So you see that in 1850s, not many Americans knew where is India. So there India was known as Hindustan. There is another word. So he wrote in his poem Indostan. Instead of Hindustan, he wrote Indostan. John Godfrey. He was a writer of humorous verses. So he found this parable as humorous. So he converted that parable into a poem. And that is what this verse explains of today's. I will take verse later on. So listen to his poem. It is basically a parable. It was 6 men of Hindustan, to learning much inclined, who went to see elephant, though all of them were blind, that each by observation might satisfy his mind. 6 people, they went to see elephant, they were blind. Why? To satisfy his mind that we have seen it. The first approached the elephant, and happening to fall against his broad and sturdy sight, he is blind, at once began to bawl, God bless me, but the elephant is like a wall. Blind, he touched, so he said, oh, elephant is like a wall. My master used to narrate that story in a different way, but I found it is good to recite this poem by John Godfrey. The second, blind, feeling of the tusk, cried, ho, what have we here? So very round and smooth and sharp, to me is mighty clear. This wonder of an elephant is very like a stick, very like a spear. So the first blind, wall. Elephant is nothing but the wall. The second blind, nothing like a stick. Our mind is blind. Honey, give me some happiness. Understand, this is what the parable says. The third approached the animal, and happening to take the squirming trunk within his hands, thus boldly up and spake, I see, the elephant is very like a snake. Third line. When I have this much of amount, I will be happy. Narrate this. We spend 1 hour before the mirror. I get ready in 2 minutes. So I ask, honey, you spend your time. So whenever you say you are ready, give me only 2 minutes. Anyhow, the fourth reached out his eager hand and felt about the knee. What most of this wondrous beast is like is mighty plain. He said, is clear enough the elephant I know is like a tree. Same elephant, same real self. Same real self, I say I am rich, I am poor, I am stressed, I am in a hurry. That is how Master narrates this. The fifth who chanced to touch the ear said, even the blindest man can tell what this resembles the most. It's a poetry. Deny the fact who can. This marvel of an elephant is like a fan. The sixth no sooner had begun about the beast to grope than seizing on the swinging tall that fell within the scope, I see the elephant is very like a rope. When you touch the tail, it is like a rope. He put the parable in a very beautiful way. So these men of Hindustan, instead of writing Hindustan, he said, disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion, exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly in the right. Each was partly in the right, and all were in the wrong. What it means? The moment you say, I am stressed, you are wrong. How can you be stressed? We are the children of permanent happiness. I am rich. No, you are the richest. Not with the wealth outside, but the wealth inside. And so these men of Hindustan, I like that poem I have saved somewhere, disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly in the right, and all were in the wrong. All were in the wrong. So the war continues. The disputants, I ween, rail on in utter ignorance. Beautiful. He got the message. You see that? Rail on in utter ignorance on what each other mean, and prate about an elephant not one of them has seen. I have not found my real self, and still I complain. I know myself. Who am I? What am I? That is the journey of Eastern wisdom. Aho aham namo mahyam ekoham dehavanapi kanchanna ganta naganta vyapya vishwam avasthita. Now, after listening to this, I am neither, I identify myself. Identification because of limitation. Limitation because of ignorance. Ignorance is causing the suffering. This is the entire message of Eastern wisdom and yoga. All the masters. So what happens now? The veil of ignorance has gone. The mirage has gone. Now I don't see the waves. So what is his experience? Such a beautiful experience. It is musing. Amazing. He says, salutations to me. What is that me? That real self. That real self. I'm saluting to the real self, which is me, who is indestructible, remains even after the destruction of the whole world. From the blade of the grass to the highest galaxy. So now his experience contains an element of pure consciousness, absolute bliss, and existence. So now his experience says, no birth and death now. Birth and death, I am going beyond the birth and death. Aho Aham namo mahyam. I salute myself not to that ego, not to the husband, wife, man, women, wealthy, poor, stress. No, that all has gone. They are just superimposition on my real self. They are nothing but the clouds overcasting the sun. We are the sun. We don't need a candle to see the sun. What is that candle? I am very rich by wealth. Same way, I am stressed. Both have come from the same mind. I always say that, can I start thinking the way our masters are thinking for a couple of weeks? Constantly living into that moment, you find that real self. What is the problem? There is no problem. We are in search of peace and happiness. So I start thinking. So what happens when I start thinking? The garbage that is deposited, accumulated since our birth will be gone. Mind will be purified. That is the first lesson. And the second is constant listening and learning also helps us. It gives us a new perspective. Why we study from the text? Because these masters gives us different perspective to understand, to enter into the wisdom. Why enter into the wisdom? That uproots the wrong notions and the ideas who we are. Once that wrong notions are gone, what is left is the real self. From today, the moment your mind moves with an attachment, ask yourself, am I one of the six blind? You express your love to others and happiness to others. No, I'm none of these six blinds. That is the only difference. Only difference is a matter of awareness. Only difference. So oft in this war, the disputants, he has written a specific word, I am not using it, so opt in theologic war. Because people in that state, in those days, did not know what is yoga on this American soil. So the disputants I ween, rail on in utter ignorance. He used the right word of what each other mean, and prate about an elephant not one of them has seen. I claim I have seen it, but not one of them has seen. See that? It is not a practice. That is how we simply say, oh, meditation is not a practice. I read somewhere. When I read 10 years ago, what are you doing now? I know that it is an effortless, natural, but I have never practiced it. You see, we have liberty. Mind lives in democracy. We can think the way we want. And that is why we suffer. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Very subtlest level of ignorance, even closing your eyes. With that perspective, we are going into meditation. My master used to say, what a great blunder that we do in our life. To see the world, we use the eyes. But to see ourselves, we have to close our eyes. But we have to use this blunder until we become the highest level of a seeker. We are following the right path. Eyes are closed, looking at the body. But I am not the body, you told me before. With the reference point, you look at the body and then look, mind is facing inside in the heart. Whatever the thought that enters into your mind is being put by the 6 blind men in you. What you should do now? Leave them. Let them come and go. Do you see the point? Rail on in utter ignorance. So look at the neck joint. You simply look, be there, feel. What do you feel? Sensation, experience, being comfortable and steadiness. That is your experience. What is that? That experience is there, no problem. Any experience comes and goes. I am an experiencer. I am in search of the seer. So keep looking inside into the space. Emptiness is here and now. The space is emptiness. What else we have to do? Because the mind jumps again to the same perception of the blind people. That is why the continuity, listening again and again from the teacher, continuing the practice is required. Looking at the shoulder joints, you are not doing anything. Make sure on Saturday's session we are not doing anything. So sensation, comfort and steadiness. I see it is already there. Then keep looking into the space. Hip joint. Be there. Feel. Sensation. Comfort. Steadiness. And the space. Did you create the space? No. When you do something, you create something. Looking at all the joints of the body. You see, awareness, alertness, attention of the mind moves on all the joints of the body, and then you have those experiences of sensation, of comfort, of steadiness, and the space within. They are ever present. When the mind makes you fully busy, The mind is scattered outside in millions of directions in the world of people and objects. But the mind has to manifest that busyness, so it triggers every cell of the body. And then some people perceives you. Oh, what happened to you? Are you okay? See that? Did I superimpose? Answer is yes. Being carefree. Let us take being carefree, this step I always use in all meditation. But here we are doing being carefree, not doing. We are living into the carefree state. Where it is always here and now. Mind is not caring you are sitting in a room in your house. Mind is not caring the temperature. And more or less, the mind is not caring the body. It is already in the state of steadiness. So carefree means free from all the cares. Who cares? The mind. How it cares? By the thoughts. What is thought? Thought is equal to false I plus object. Oh, my honey reacted yesterday. You see, object is honey and you. False I plus object. So what I said, be carefree. Simply know clearly any thought that enters into the mind is not you. It is not you. It neither belongs to you, nor it possess you. You have a total freedom to choose. Apply democracy. I am free. I am not choosing you. That I am stressed, I am wealthy, I have problem. Only these thought enters in our mind. What else? Little more bragging, I am very handsome and beautiful. Let it come and go. You're totally carefree. The way you watch through your windows, the storm outside, the way you watch, the storm is gone. Same way. You are watching. Whatever enters into the mind, they come and go. The way you watch a movie on a television, you lose awareness of the television screen. Don't lose that awareness. The movie on a television screen is superimposition. Actually, it is not there. On a mental screen, it is totally emptiness. There is no thought. There is no experience of the stress, anxiety, duality, conflict, problem, suffering. Why? It is like a horror movie or a love movie, whatever you want to say. That is the understanding of being carefree. Pay attention, you are not doing anything. You simply knowing it. You know what is the superimposition. We are 100% sure the television is displaying the movie. Are you 100% sure that mental screen is displaying the movie in thoughts, feelings, sensations? Actually, it is not there. It appears like a water in the mirage superimposition. When there is a superimposition, I claim it is the truth. That is blindness. Blindness of the mind. You are simply aware of it, that is all. Finished. We settle the mind again, so we don't practice, but again in the state of awareness, knowledge and experience, so that we have the same similar experience as the seeker has. Move the mind on the each and every cell of the skin of the head and the neck, the outer skin, head and the neck. Simply move or be aware. Move, be aware, feel. All instructions are the same. So what happens? You experience sensation, relaxation and stillness, not because you did something, but the mind that was scattered in millions of directions outside is now gathered within. It is ready to discover the real self by dropping the superimposition. And our experience deepens, sensation, relaxation and stillness. So verse explains, when you enter into the highest state of awareness, you say, "Whom to salute? I will salute myself. It is here and now." But that I is not the false I. This is my real self. Look inside the head and the neck. You find the space, and the mind is absorbed into the space, or it is still wants to care me by superimposition. That much is required. I recognize it is superimposition. I recognize wave is water. I recognize water is not there in the mirage. Same way I recognize I am stressed, this comes from the superimposition. I am wealthy and rich with reference to outside, comes from the superimposition. I am man and the women comes from outside. Looking at each and every cell of the skin of the right arm, you see, looking means awareness, knowing, feeling, not asking to do something. Be there on the right arm. and natural experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, my friends. Then become aware inside the right arm. You may find there is no outside and inside. That is also superimposition. What? No, but I see inside. Come on, you are not the body. There is nothing outside and inside. When you are not the body, you know it 100%. How there can be inside and outside? What practice you need? You don't need any practice. You need to know it. You need to be aware of it. How can you say the space inside your house is different from the space outside? That drops the superimposition of the body on the real self by knowing. Imagine out of the 6 blind men, God gives the eyes to one. What he will say, what a wonder! I was in ignorance. Everyone is in ignorance. Now I know. Same thing happens. Left arm, each and every cell, be there and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside. Hey, teacher, why you are speaking something false? There is nothing inside and outside. When your mind speaks of that, then only you love your teacher. Why? You enter deeper. You have dropped the identification with the body. We are doing nothing. Very doing will cause another level of ignorance. We have hundreds of paths. Mondays and Thursdays. I stress if you don't do it, nothing will happen. The real self exists in between the contradictions created by the mind in the language. So you need not to worry about it. I just gave. Look at the chest and the belly, the middle portion of the body. You are aware of each and every cell of the middle portion of the body. You see that? Now, outside. The moment I say outside, does the mind trigger? Come on. What you are talking? What is outside? Or the mind accepts it. Or simply the mind experiences sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And again, see, I am, look inside. Am I speaking? So yes, that is the journey. We move from the lower ignorance, higher ignorance to the lower, to the lowest, and ultimately we drop it. But can you become aware that I am not the body? Hence, question of inside and outside is not there. What a right leg, each and every cell of the right leg. Let us go a little deeper, remove another layer of ignorance. What I said? Each and every cell of the right leg. You experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. One aspect. What the hell this cell is? Go deeper into this cell. Do you see your real self there? Do you see I am? Or you simply see the matter, mitochondria, protein molecules, fatty acids, inorganic elements is present in the cell. I want to know where I am. Does your mind accept it? I am not the body. Finished. So ignorance is gone, I am not the body. Then this I lives in the infinite space. In one consciousness, in one reality, my friend. Here and now. It is already there. Elephant is already there. My perception is wrong. There is nothing wrong with the elephant. Left leg. Each and every cell. Now, it all depends on your awareness. Cell? I don't see anywhere in the cell. You experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness, but nothing outside and inside. The infinite space. And the entire body. We continue to see the wave, but now we know it is all water. We continue to see the blueness of the sky, but we know it is not. We continue to see the water in the mirage, but we know it is not. Who knows? Where you know? In my head. How? Awareness, attention, okay, now look at the breath. See the fallacy or falsehood. When I make a statement, look at the breath going in and out. If you see that falseness, ignorance, that this breath is not going inside and outside, as long as I say it, it means I am the body. Is the movement of the breath horizontal? Vertical, flat, one straight line? Just explore that. Why should I say? Explore. Aho aham namo mahyam. Amazing salutation to me, who is ekoham dehavanapipi, indestructible, remains even after the destruction of the whole world. Kvachin ganta naganta vyapya vishwam avasthita. It appears as if the whole world is superimposed on me. In that infinite, all-pervading consciousness. When the mind knows that doing anything in the world cannot help me to discover my real self, you do it only with the body, only when you identify with the body. No identification. You drop identification, but knowing it, by being aware of it. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Brandy?
That was really cool, Girish. It was really spacious.
Spacious. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You have to live into that 24/7. How are you, Sam and Stephen?
I'm bird number one.
Good.
Very, very content. Very quiet meditation. As we moved through the different parts of the body, I felt sensations in each one of those parts. And outside of that, it was just a a deep, quiet meditation.
Beautiful. That should be. How are you, Sam?
I'm really good as well. Also quiet, thoughtless. I felt that separation and heightened awareness of all the noises around me. With just observing them, not thinking about them, letting them go by. But I was very aware of all that while remaining safe and quiet in the space.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's beautiful. How are you, Kate?
I had very similar experiences to what it just said for me. I also had a kind of an acute awareness of the sensation in the body and body. That makes sense? Like in and body and the so
that's beautiful. How are you, Terry? You didn't move at all.
I was very far away
From the body.
I might have fallen asleep for a minute around the time that you said bring the hands up.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear that. But I was aware of the body fighting me, and I was just remaining dispassionate towards that.
Good.
And I just was kind of neutral.
There's no movement at all. How are you, Anne?
Yes, I feel very good, and I felt good at the beginning because yesterday I had to dealt with a number of problems. I did 3 meditations and got rid of my negative thoughts.
That's
so
good.
I started out very positively this morning.
That's very good.
I feel fine. Thank you.
You see that you and Stephen are like the same. Stephen and we met together long back in 2008. Since then we are together. She does one private lesson every week and she joins another group, the New Jersey. That's a beautiful. Now you are a great peacock. Do you know peacock story? I'll tell you. How are you, Vaibhav?
So it was very deep. It came to a moment that I was just there and just watching what's going in my head.
Beautiful.
And just seeing that, and then I know that whatever is coming will always go. It cannot stay.
Cannot stay.
And
That's good.
And then, I was just sitting there and just watching.
Sitting there, beautiful. How are you, Ashok? Where are you? Are you here with me?
Sir, good, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir, I am with you. Good, sir, nothing to mention.
Yeah, very good.
And relax.
Relax, yes. I could see from your smile, you see. And I told you the story. Do you remember, Anne, of the peacock? The peacock went to one's house and that guy gave him a little opium. So the peacock got intoxicated. He returned to the same house, to the same guy at the same time to enjoy. Meditation, no, I cannot compare with opium, but so just a simile to metaphor to understand that when the mind returns, it remembers, it recalls, it reminds you, no, I have to do. I have to find the real self. I have to drop all the superimpositions, then see what happens in life. Any question? No question. Thank you. That is all for today. We will meet again on Monday. अरे अशोक तुम भी ज्वाइन करिया कर लो मंडे तुम सब ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Be happy. Thank you, Anne. See how normal, how perfectly normal Terry looks. I want to see her in the same state. Yes.